2-2 hit in the air deep down the left field line. Xander towards the little wall. This one gonna go! A 2-run homer for Xander Bogaerts. His much needed first of the year. And the Padre lead is re-extended. It's 7-4.
Finally, Xander hits one out. A 7-4 win for the Padres on this Tuesday evening against the San Francisco Giants as the Padres snap a 4-game losing skid. Xander Bogaerts has a big night. The Padres collect 11 hits. The lineup looking very, very good for the first time in a while, and the Padres pick up a big win here tonight against the Giants. Sam Levitt with you on our Jamul Casino Resort post-game show. Hey, player, the Jamul Casino Resort is your place with a Lux Hotel Tower opening soon, new dining, and a long list of amazing amenities. You'll have more ways to play and enjoy all the perks of your casino fun. Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. Padres get a big win on this Tuesday at Petco Park. A huge crowd here tonight. We will get into all of it. We'll have all the radio highlights for you. Hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt and much, much more to come. But Xander Bogaerts, one of the heroes of today's game, had an RBI single in the first inning, a 3-run first inning, as the Padres really did a good job getting to Logan Webb early in this game. Logan Webb, who the Padres have always had trouble with, the guy who was really throwing the ball well coming into this start, but the Padres hung a 3-spot on him in the first inning. Xander Bogaerts drove in the first run of the game with an RBI single in the first inning, and then later in the game, a 2-run home run for Xander in the 7th inning gave the Padres some much-needed insurance, made it a 7-4 game, and the Padres go on to win by that final score. I caught up with Xander Bogaerts on the field right after tonight's win.
Xander, let's start with the home run. How would you describe the way that one felt?
Man, good, to be honest. Felt good. I mean, the way the game was going through, these guys were they were battling back. The game got tight. It became a good game towards the end. And, I mean, making it a wider gap right there, I think that was huge for us.
It's been a tough couple of weeks for the team offensively, but here tonight, you guys look like the team from the first 2-3 weeks, stringing hits together, moving the line. What stood out to you about what this lineup did top to bottom tonight?
I mean, we got 2 of our starters back pretty much. We got Louis back and we got J-Hay back. So, I mean, that definitely helps. Seeing 2 of those guys that have had successful careers in a lineup. I mean, we know they were hurt and now they're back. So that definitely helps, we know how the offense was doing these last couple of days, so it was nice to get a boost from those guys.
You guys were on Logan Webb early. That's a really good starting pitcher. What was the key to getting to Webb as early as you did tonight?
Yeah, he's tough, man. He is. He is tough. I think maybe he left a couple pitches over the plate. I think we were ready for him. I feel like if you let him get into a groove, I mean, he's really good. I mean, he's one of the best players in the game for a reason. And as I say, I feel like he left some pitches and the guys did some damage on him.
That was Xander Bogaerts right after tonight's win, a 7-4 win for the Padres over the San Francisco Giants. And I'll tell you what, this was a pleasure to watch the offense go to work here tonight. Obviously, the headline coming into this game, Luis Arraez back in the lineup, Jason Hayward back in the lineup, Padres getting 2 big names back in that starting 9, and maybe that's all it took, because even in the first inning, this looked like a totally different offense than what we've seen the last couple of weeks. They quite frankly looked like the team we saw in the first 2-3 weeks of the season. Dynamic offense, moving the line, stringing hits together, 2-out rallies. All the runs scored in the first inning came with 2 outs. They had another 2-out run in the 4th inning, 2-out runs in the 7th inning. Great 2-out hitting, doing good things with runners in scoring position. Padres went 5 for 9 with RISP here tonight. So offensively, it looked like the team that we were falling in love with in the first 2-3 weeks of the season, the team that got off to a 15-4 start, and fingers crossed, a sign of things to come as the Padres win it 7-4. Nick Pivetta, really good in this game, 5 innings in the third, 3 earned runs given up. The bullpen did a great job once again holding on to what ultimately became a 3-run lead. Robert Suarez now a perfect 11 for 11 in save opportunities on the season. Padres improved to 18-11. Giants dropped to 19-11. And when we come back, we'll recap this one in its entirety. We'll hear from Mike Shildt coming up in just a little bit as well. Final score, Padres 7 and the Giants 4. Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues after this on the Padres Radio Network.
Tony Gwynn Jr. here. Upgrade your outdoor living space with TimberTech, the #1 premium composite decking brand. It looks like now.
Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside the Western Metal Building here at Petco Park as the Padres win it here tonight by a final score of 7-4. Padres get a much-needed victory. Xander Bogaerts has a much-needed big night, including his first home run of the season. Padres improve to 18-11, and they snap a 4-game losing skid and will try to sweep this mini 2-game series against the Giants tomorrow afternoon here at Petco Park. We'll have much more on that ball game coming up a little bit later. We'll also go downstairs here at Petco Park, hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt, and much more to come. But first, let's recap this one from start to finish.
Which moments determine the outcome of today's game? We'll paint you a picture with our game highlights on the Padres Radio Network.
We had a really great starting pitching matchup here tonight. Nick Pivetta on the mound for the Padres. Logan Webb on the mound for the Giants. Two right-handers throwing the ball really well coming in. Pivetta put together a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. In the bottom half, Webb got the first 2 outs, but then Manny Machado singled. Gavin Sheets walked to put 2 runners on base. That brought up Xander Bogaerts.
2 as he rolls this one slowly off the mound into center, and a base hit. Machado around third on his way. The throw will go to third base. Sheets is safe. Machado scores, and Xander into second behind the play. His first RBI in 21 days.
Padres weren't done. Jose Iglesias was next.
As Iglesias shoots one into right field, that's down in a base hit. Sheets has scored. Bogaerts on his way. Jose Iglesias a 2-run single. And the Padres a 3-0 lead.
Padres scoring 3 runs on 4 hits in the opening frame. Pivetta pitched 3 scoreless innings to begin his night. Padres still led 3-0. Heading to the top of the 4th, Willy Adames led off for San Francisco.
Here's the 1-0. Adames swings, sends it in the air, high and deep to right center field. Long run for Wade and Fernando at the wall. It's going to go. Tatis jumped up, gave it a great shot. But Adames hits his second as a Giant, and they are on the board here in the 4th inning. It's 3-1.
That's all Pivetta gave up in the 4th. Padres responded in the bottom half of the inning. Jason Hayward hit a leadoff double. Elias Diaz singled. That sent Hayward to third base. There were runners on second and third. 1 out for Luis Arraez. He hit a sac fly to left. That scored Hayward, and the Padres had a 4-1 lead. Padres, though, weren't done. Diaz still on second base with 2 men away for Manny Machado.
Machado swings, lines it into center field and a base hit. Diaz is rounding third. He's going to come in and score. Manny Machado an RBI single, his second hit of the night, and the Padres have a 5-1 lead.
So a 2-run 4th inning, Padres led 5-1 through 4. Pivetta took the mound for the top of the 6th inning. Padres still up 5-1. Willy Adames hit a leadoff double. Jung-Hoo Lee was next.
Lee is 0 for 2. He's hit the ball towards Manny twice. That's never really a good idea. Lines this one over Bogaerts into center and a base hit. Adames being waved by Matt Williams. Wade's throw is on the way home, cut by Machado. An RBI single for Jung-Hoo Lee. And the Giants are now within 3. It's 5-2.
Pivetta would get the first out of the inning, but that was it for him. Jeremiah Estrada came in. Estrada struck out Wilmer Flores for the second out of the 6th, but then Elliot Ramos hit a single to put 2 on base. That set things up for Lamont Wade Jr.
2-2 pitch, hit on a line the other way towards the left field corner. That's a fair ball, going to roll all the way into the corner. Hayward's got to get it. Lee has already scored. Ramos is on his way. Machado's relay has no shot to get him. It gets away behind the plate. Estrada backing up, throws to third. The tag from Bogaerts not in time. So Wade ends up all the way at third as both runs scored, and it's a 1-run game now in the 6th.
So like Jesse said, all of a sudden a 1-run game and the tying run on third base, but Estrada got Patrick Bailey to fly out to end the inning. Padres still up 5-4 as we went to the 7th inning, still 5-4 in the middle half of the 6th, inning. Anyway, Adrian Morjon entered for the top of the 7th inning. Padres still up 5-4. He punched out 2 in a 1-2-3 top of the 7th. Right-hander Randy Rodriguez entered for the bottom of the 7th inning. He got the first 2 outs, but then he hit Gavin Sheets. That ended up being costly because next up, the X-Man.
2-2, hit in the air, deep down the left field line. Xander towards the little wall. This one, gonna go! A 2-run homer for Xander Bogaerts. His much-needed first of the year. And the Padre lead is re-extended. It's 7-4.
And boy, did Xander Bogaerts need that one, getting it over the short wall and left towards the corner, made it a 7-4 game, gave the Padres some much-needed insurance and breathing room. Top of the 8th inning, Jason Adam came in. He got a fly out the center from Jung-Hoo Lee and then struck out the next 2. Padres still led 7-4. Going to the 9th inning, Robert Suarez came on. Elliot Ramos flew out the center. Lamont Wade Jr. popped out to third base. There were 2 outs, nobody on. The Padres a 3-run lead. Game left up to Patrick Bailey.
Here's Bailey batting left-handed. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the right side. Iglesias has got it. His throw to first is in time. And Suarez a 1-2-3 top of the 9th inning to pick up his 11th save in his many opportunities. And the Padres snap their mini skid with a 7-4 win over the San Francisco Giants.
A really nice win for the Padres on this Tuesday night as they snap a 4-game skid. Final score, as Jesse said, Padres 7 and the Giants 4. Final totals here today for the Padres: 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For the Giants, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Padres improved to 18-11. Giants dropped to 19-11. Nick Pivetta, the winner. He went 5 innings and a third, 3 earned runs given up, 5 hits. He struck out 9. Pivetta improves to 5-1. Logan Webb, a tough outing for him. 5 innings, 5 earned runs given up on 9 hits. And Robert Suarez picks up his 11th save of the season. Suarez now 11 for 11 in save opportunities. And oh, by the way, the crowd here at Petco Park on a Tuesday night, yes, it was Tony Gwynn Bobblehead night. 47,000 plus in the building, 47,345 to be exact, the second largest crowd in Petco Park history on a Tuesday night in April. And yes, a lot of people came out for the bobblehead, but you know the deal here in San Diego. It's kind of like this almost every game with the sold-out crowds, and on a Tuesday night in April, the second largest crowd in the history of the stadium, the 15th sellout of the year, and they got to see a good one here tonight as the Padres win it 7-4. When we come back, we hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt, plus much, much more to come as the Padres pick up a win on this Tuesday in downtown San Diego. Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues after these words on the Padres Radio Network.
Stay tuned.
Here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park as we continue to wrap this one up. The Padres picking up a very nice 7-4 win against the San Francisco Giants on this Tuesday night. Padres snap a 4-game skid. They improved to 18-11 on the year. Xander Bogaerts, a nice night. He had 2 hits, including his first home run of the season. 3 RBIs for Xander. You really look up and down the lineup today. This was more like what we saw the first 2-3 weeks of the season offensively. Luis Ariz had a nice night in his return to the lineup, had a base hit, had an RBI in this game. Manny Machado had a nice night, 2 hits, including an RBI. Xander, like we said, the 2 hits, the 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs for Xander, including the home run. Jose Iglesias had a big 2-run single in the first inning to make it 3-0. Tyler Wade had a base hit. Jason Hayward, really nice night for Jay Hay, had a double, a single. Hayward with a run scored in this game as well. Elise Diaz out of the number 9 spot had a couple of hits in this game as well. So up and down the lineup tonight, 7 runs on 11 hits offensively again. This team looked a whole lot different than what we had seen the last week and a half, 2 weeks. They really did. I mean, consider this. Padres, for the first time in 12 games, scored more than 4 runs. In their last 11 games, they had not scored more than 4 runs, and they get past that mark tonight. They scored 7, and it just looked like the team we saw early on. And maybe no surprise, they're getting healthier and starting to look like themselves again. And still, obviously, Jackson Merrill, Jake Cronenworth, they are on the way back as well at some point, hopefully in the near future. On the pitching side of things tonight, Nick Pivetta, solid 5 innings and a third, 3 earned runs given up on 5 hits, struck out 9. Bullpen very solid after that as well. Giants did make it a 1-run game in the 6th inning after a 2-run double from Lamont Wade Jr., but the bullpen made it stand up. A 5-4 game. Bogaerts hits the home run late to make it 7-4, and Suarez shuts the door with a 1-2-3 9th inning. Before we hear from Mike Shildt, and we'll have additional post-game reaction here from Nick Pivetta a little bit later as well. Take your phone calls coming up later, 833-288-0973. Still a lot to do on our post-game coverage. But before we hear from Mike Shildt, I do want to point out one thing, because I'm not sure if Mike got asked about it. In the post game, we're going to hear it. I'm not sure. I haven't heard what Mike had to say yet, and I also don't know if Nick Pivetta was asked about it, but I do just want to bring it up because it was a really interesting moment in this game. But in the 5th inning, Padres had a 5-1 lead at this point. Giants had 2 on base, Mike Yastrzemski at the plate, runners on first and second. So Patrick Bailey is the runner on second base. It was a 2-2 count with 2 outs. And Ruben Niebla came out to visit Nick Pivetta. And when it happened, you sort of raised your eyebrows and said, this is kind of an interesting moment for a mound visit, right? 2-2, 2 outs, a 5-1 lead, 2 runners on base. Let's just be honest. It was an odd moment for a mound visit. But he goes out there, has the visit. Next pitch is a fastball, looked right down the middle to Yastrzemski, and Pivetta strikes him out. And as Pivetta's coming off the mound, he jogs backward. He backpedals off the mound, looking at Patrick Bailey, who is on second base. It was interesting, and I couldn't tell if Pivetta said anything to Bailey, if there was any chirping going on either way. But he literally backpedaled off the mound all the way across the first baseline, like a while, looking directly at Bailey. So what I surmised was maybe the Padres thought, and the mound visit in that spot would make a lot of sense, that the Padres thought Bailey was relaying something to the hitter at home plate, whether it be pitch, whether it be location, whatever it might be. To me, it seemed like that's probably what it was, and the Padres saw it, and they wanted Pivetta to know. And so Ruben went out there and made the visit when he did, and then you kind of had it confirmed. Again, we're going to hear what they say, when Pivetta spun around and looked at Bailey the whole way he's coming off the mound. So it was an interesting moment in this game, and I'm interested to hear if it gets addressed in the post game with Mike Shildt or Nick Pivetta. So let's go downstairs here at Petco Park and hear some post game reaction after this 7-4 win for the Padres against the Giants.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt. Served up by Sin Lee Food, where fresh meets flavor. Find farm fresh produce, bold Asian spices, and gourmet ingredients at 4665 El Cajon Boulevard. Sin Lee Food, the cook's Asian resource.
Mike, you've talked several times, including before today's game, your bigger picture focus. You thought you guys playing fairly well, but this win coming as it did against the Giants, how big was it?
It's a nice ball game. It's a good win. No question about it. Rightfully get asked, like, what's the level of concern? What's going on? And when I answer with confidence and not a whole lot of, like, what do you mean? It's because just look around our clubhouse. We got winners up and down the lineup. We got winners up and down the rotation. We got guys that, in the back in the bullpen are killing it. So, listen, we ran out guys today that, all-star, platinum gold glove, 5-time silver slugger, Mr. Bogart, 2-time World Series champion, Glacius, 300 last year, Hayward, World Series champion, Pavetta, so I just look around and we draw confidence from each other, knowing we've, been there, done that. Doesn't mean it's going to take care of itself. We still got to take care of our business. But tonight was also indicative of a very professional baseball game. It was a good teammate game, which means people trust each other. And so that experience paid off. 2 outs, nobody on, first inning. Manny Glazer, good approach. Sheetsy gets the walk. Bogey, I'm sure we'll talk about, rightfully so. Great at bat, base hit through the middle. Sheetsy first to third. Bogey trails. Iglesias used the whole field. Way to use the whole field. Later on, Hayward, opposite field double. Diaz, just, I'm going to bunt him over. I'm going to get him over somehow. And then figured out, I'm going to hit him over. Gets the job done there. Rice picks him up. Welcome back, Louie and Jason. And then, of course, Bogey does the thing late, open it up. So just a, good baseball team playing good baseball and trusting their experience and going to play and playing together.
Regarding Xander, who you've expressed a lot of confidence in, it has been kind of a rough stretch for him. So tonight, what did you see?
Yeah, a lot of confidence. Again, I'm a back of the baseball card kind of guy, and we got guys that are earning the back of the baseball card, and we have a lot of guys that have. And again, no one rests on their laurels in this game, but the best predictor of future success can be previous success. And when you have a guy, 5 silver sluggers, look around, man. By the way, how about Tony Winnight tonight? I look up at the stats for that guy. Oh my gosh, was he playing in a different league? It's like Nintendo with that guy. But yeah, Bogey, it's easy to have complete confidence in all our guys, but, related to Bogey, absolutely. Because I get the privilege to know how he goes about it, his heart for competition, how he works. And today he was very intentional about, I'm not going to try to do too much, ball up the middle, lasered the first baseman, stayed true. And then when he's doing that, you can pull the ball and keep it fair and stay straight. So he's just if anything about Bogey, he's like a lot of our guys, he cares so much and wants so well to do so well for our club in this city. So good for him, good for us.
Like, I'm wondering what you thought of Pavetta tonight, but also specifically like what you thought of his ability to kind of keep guys off balance and guessing maybe the wrong things. He got a lot of called strikes tonight, and his ability to he's shown that ability so far.
He's been good, hasn't he? He's really thrown the ball well. I love watching him pitch. I love that he enjoys himself, and I like to see the personality. I love our guys when they exhibit who they are and their personalities. And man, his fastball's got such life to it. I get the privilege of watching from the side, and it just jumps on guys. And so then when that starts to happen, especially as the game goes, like, whoa, and then the breaking ball, he got the breaking ball going, and, he's got that combination of pitches. It's really good combination. He filled the strike zone up. He 89 pitches, 58 strikes, dominating counts. And when you're dominating counts with plus pitches, now you're like, where do I go? And so that's what you get. You get guys that aren't able to zero in on anything because they can't eliminate anything, and they got 2 quality pitches to think about.
I know you talk a lot about competing regardless of circumstance, but having those 2 guys back in the lineup, like, what kind of jolt did that give?
It helps. We're not going to kid ourselves. We were getting after it regardless of circumstances, what we do. But yeah, having 2 veteran experienced guys, Louie, that, let's don't kid ourselves. He's a big part of what we do and how we do it, and has been since the day he got here. Literally the day he got here. And Jason's a, experienced guy that, his wisdom showed up, and he was giving everything he had when he wasn't with us in the dugout and helping, but he's on the field and that experience and going and talking to guys and, hey, this is what we're going to see, and this is what this ball's doing, and, helping the next man up with his experience. It adds up. And you saw a really good baseball game played by the Padres tonight.
Hey, Mike, back to Bogarts. Why do you think he's had so much trouble just finding his footing here since he came to San Diego? He really hasn't been the same player he was in Boston.
Yeah, listen, I don't have the history that, with him in Boston. We didn't play him a lot when I was, in a different spot. So I don't know what that is. I know the pedigree. I know the accomplishments, know the accolades, know the respect the league has for him. Listen, I've also had the, privilege to see guys that have spent their whole careers, not only through the system, but, a number of years. Won 2 World Series in that organization. It takes a while. And, they're human. I think people can forget that sometimes. And, it takes a while to acclimate. Clearly we've done everything. I also wouldn't represent that he hasn't helped us either. I think that would be an unreasonable representation of Xander Bogaerts' time here. He was an integral part of us winning 93 games last year. Helped us in the playoffs for sure. He's on pace for, 40-something doubles, which is a pretty significant number this year. And the other thing is that people don't appreciate or know, and that's okay, is his baseball IQ that helps move our needle and what he does as a teammate. He's a very, very rightfully respected teammate. And I got utmost respect, as our staff and organization does, for him. He's a winning player, and so he does things that don't show up on this sheet and helps the other guys. He's a tremendous teammate. So, I understand maybe if you want to compare numbers, that the representation, you don't feel like is where it has been performance-wise with offensively. But I can tell you this, any day I manage, I'll have Xander Bogaerts on my team. I can confidently tell you that and be really happy about it.
Here's your quick stat for the night. Gwynn popped out only 3 times to the infield the entire 1987 season.
Really? That's impressive. The numbers he put up against Hall of Famers and the number of 4-game hits versus the number of games he had strikeouts, multiple strikeouts, is it's amazing.
Yeah, Randy Johnson was the only guy who had trouble with.
Yeah, well, who didn't?
Hey, Nick was kind of agitated in the 5th before Ruben went out in the middle of a count. Were the Giants getting some?
We were just making sure that all our I's were dotted and T's were crossed, and we were buttoned up.
In regard to protecting,
just making sure that we were on the same page with everything.
And you had your bullpen rested. You only have one more game before an off day, but Nick out at 89 pitches. Is that just what you saw there in the 6th?
Yeah, he got, he goes out for the 6th, and Adames had a couple good swings on him. He gets the base hit. We got guys rested. Let's go ahead and 89. Yeah, it's not a high number, but you let him go 2 more hitters. Now he's at 100, and you got fresh arms down there that clearly have been good for us and were good for us. Morehelm was really good, and Adam was terrific, and Suarez was terrific, and both really efficient, which gives them a chance for tomorrow.
That was Padres manager Mike Shildt after this 7-4 win for the Padres against the Giants. Sam Levitt back with you inside the Western Metal Building here at Petco Park on our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll address some of the things that Mike Shildt discussed there, including Xander Bogaerts, his big night, what it could mean for Xander moving forward. We'll revisit what Nick Pivetta did tonight and continue to marvel at this start to his Padres career. Wasn't as sharp in this game, or I should say as dominant in this game as he's been, but still did a really, really good job. You heard Mike there not giving too much away about that situation in the 5th inning, where we surmised that maybe the Giants had a little something and maybe were relaying things to the batter from second base, but Mike didn't want to give too much away there. And we'll also hear from Nick Pivetta himself, so maybe he'll have a little bit more to say on that and on his outing. Pivetta picking up the win, his 5th already as a Padre. When we come back, we hear from Nick Pivetta and much, much more. Padres win it 7-4 at Petco Park on this Tuesday night. This is the Padres Radio Network.
Home runs, stolen bases, and the excitement of baseball. Get ready for Major League.
Padres win it here tonight. Final score, Padres 7 and the Giants 4. Sam Levitt back with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park. Still a lot to do on our post-game coverage. We'll hear from tonight's starting pitcher, Nick Pivetta, in just a moment. We'll tell you about our relief pitcher of the game, catch of the game, and have our play of the game, all that good stuff coming up. Phone calls at 833-288-0973 if you want to get a phone called in. Again, the phone number, 833-288-0973. 0973. Get to your phone calls coming up a little bit later as well. Before we hear from Nick Pivetta and get to some other things, couple of things I wanted to key in on from what Mike Shildt discussed in the post-game press conference. And I'll start with this. Offensively tonight, things look so much better, and it looked much more like the team we saw in the first 2-3 weeks, and more specifically the offense, where you look at the first inning, 2 outs, nobody on, but then a single by Manny, a walk, Bogart's RBI single, Iglesias 2-run single, all that offense coming with 2 outs, and the Padres stringing hits together just like that 3-0 lead. And by the way, a really impressive part of all this today was that the Padres did it against Logan Webb, who has pitched really well against them in the past, really, really well, and came in throwing the ball really well. I mean, both these starting pitchers, it was a really good matchup here tonight, came in throwing the ball really, really, really well, and the 5 earned runs that Webb gave up in 5 innings tonight, the most that he surrendered to the Padres in his career. So the Padres truly had never hit him as well as they hit him here, and it just set the tone. 3 runs early, just like that, a 3-0 lead with Nick Pivetta on the mound. You had to feel very good about where the Padres were at after that first inning. Xander Bogaerts, obviously a huge, huge day for Xander. His first RBI since April 8th. It had been a while, 21 days since Xander had an RBI. Later in the game, his first home run of the season, hit the ball hard, good situational hitting in the first inning, and you hope it's the sign of things to come for Xander. And you heard all the complimentary things that Mike Shildt had to say about him in the postgame there, and this is somebody that Mike Shildt really appreciates, and I know everybody in that clubhouse is pulling for Xander, and I mean, quite candidly, so am I. I mean, he's been nothing but gracious to me, and I think a lot of the media, and I think he's handled himself really nicely, and you hope, it's one game, but you hope this is the start of him starting to break out. And the best version of the San Diego Padres is the version with Xander Bogaerts being the Xander, of his Boston Red Sox days. That's just the bottom line. So Xander, a really good night. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I really had to go double check this because I almost couldn't believe it. He had 3 RBIs tonight. Xander didn't have a 3 RBI game in 2024, which I couldn't believe. But it was Xander Bogaerts' first 3 RBI game since August 11th of 2023. I couldn't believe that. But he had a big night tonight. His first game with 3 RBIs, again, since August of 23. So, again, you have your fingers crossed that this is the start of something good for Xander Bogaerts, and it just felt like he needed a night like this. It really felt like that, and he got one. So, good for Xander. Nick Pivetta, again, here tonight. He was good, not as dominant as he's been. Gave up the home run in the 4th inning, gave up a couple of hits in the 6th inning, ends up giving up an RBI single. One of the runs on the 2-run double for Wade against Estrada was charged against Pivetta, so ultimately he goes 5 innings and a third. Pivetta does 3 earned runs given up, but you just look at the numbers overall. I mean, Nick Pivetta now has a 1.78 ERA in a grand total of 6 starts, 35-plus innings. He struck out 39. He's only given up 21 hits, opponent batting average of 169. Was he as dominant tonight? No. But he was very, very good. And you love the fire. You love the personality. Did a really, really good job here tonight. So all in all, very nice night for the Padres on the pitching side. Bullpen, we'll talk more about them in a second. They were great once again as well. Before we hear from Nick Pivetta, let's tell you about tonight's relief pitcher of the game.
Which pitcher entered the game and slammed the door shut? This is today's relief pitcher of the game, presented by David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys. When your freedom and future are on the line, you need the best arm in the pen. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
Relief pitcher of the game, really could take your pick tonight between three guys. Adrian Morahone, very good, 1-2-3, 7th inning. Struck out 16 pitches. Jason Adam, 1-2-3, 8th inning. Robert Suarez, same thing in the 9th, 1-2-3. So Morahone, Adam, and Suarez, they went 9 up, 9 down in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. And what else, right? I mean, this bullpen has just been unbelievable. So you could give it to one of those three guys. Really, I mean, you could give it to any of those three guys. I'll give it to Morahone because you look at that part of the game, Padres at that point in the 7th inning are leading only by a run, 5-4. The Giants in the inning prior had just scored 3 runs. Padres didn't score in the bottom of the 6th inning, so Giants have momentum. He has to face Yastrzemski Adames, who already had 2 hits in the game in that 7th inning, struck out 2, really efficient, 1-2-3 inning, and then in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Bogaerts hits the 2-run home run, and the Padres extend the lead. So, to me, you look at it, Morahone was pitching with a 1-run lead. Adam had 3 runs. Suarez had 3 runs. So, for that reason, Morahone doing a really nice job in the 7th inning. Congratulations, Adrian. You are the relief pitcher of the game. Like we've said, Nick Pivetta, very solid, 5 innings in the 3rd, 3 earned runs given up, 9 strikeouts. We also mentioned that situation in the top of the 5th inning where Ruben Niebla came out, made a mound visit at kind of an interesting moment, 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 on base. And then Pivetta, coming off the mound, was looking back at Patrick Bailey after he struck out Mike Yastrzemski, looking to end the inning. He was backpedaling off the mound, looking at Bailey. I'm not sure if they had words, but you thought, considering the mound visit and that, maybe the Padres thought the Giants were trying to relay some things from Bailey at second base. Kind of looked that way. Let's go downstairs here at Petco Park inside the Padres clubhouse. Here's some post-game reaction from Nick Pivetta.
Division opponent, big kind of setting, coming off 4 losses. Like, did you kind of get amped up for this one?
I just kind of try to stay in the same headspace as I always have. But as it's being an in-division team, I just want to try to put the team in the best possible position to win.
Did you feel like a lot of called strikes tonight? Like, did you feel like you were able to kind of be ahead of their guys, maybe keep them?
Yeah, I mean, I think me and Diaz stuck to the game plan, was just attack these guys. Never really give in and just see where the night goes, but just making sure that I'm not allowing any free passes. I think that's always important.
You've been so dominant, so ahead in counts tonight. A few more 3-ball counts and stuff, but we're still able to get those outs. Was there any satisfaction in that? It was a little different route.
Yeah, I think it's important to make pitches when you need to make pitches. Get behind the count, but then able to battle back. I think it's really important. So I'm just trying to get the team back in the dugout as quick as I possibly can.
You talked about attacking and making orange go after hitters tonight. Usually you're a pretty fastball-centric guy. It's usually around 48% this season, but you threw about 60% fastballs tonight. Was that a part of the game plan, or was that just pitch that was feeling really good as the outing went on?
Yeah, I think it's the latter. I think it was just something that's feeling really well earlier on, and just kind of ride with that and just kind of keep it that same type of attack. I think it's always important, especially when the boys come up and they score 3 early. Just trying to continue to attack the zone. Don't really give up any weaknesses, and just get them back in the dugout as soon as possible.
How do you feel that 89 pitches there in the 6th?
Really good.
Like you could have.
Whenever the manager comes out and takes me out of the game, that's when it is. It's not up to me. I'm just going to go and give my 100% every single time.
What were the Giants doing there in the 5th? When you were a little agitated, Ruben came out in the middle of a count.
Oh, you're talking? Yeah, I think I was probably tipping my pitches, so I had to probably switch that up. I don't know if I was or not, but that's a part of the game, and I just was able to make my pitches.
What kind of internal spark in this clubhouse when you guys know you get Luis Arias and people back in the lineup?
Yeah, it's always great when you have your guys come back. I mean, they're such vital pieces of our offense, of our team. Guys that keep the energy going at all times, and it's really great. And you can see today with how the team played.
I think that's something you just look over between now and the next start to see if you were doing something.
Yeah, I'll let those guys figure it out. Not to worry about it. Thank you.
All right, that was Nick Pivetta after tonight's game. Pivetta picking up the win, now 5-1 on the season. You did hear there, and maybe he was tipping his pitches, something like that. Who knows kind of what really was going on, if he was tipping, if they thought, somebody was, if Bailey at second base was relaying. I guess it's possible that Nick was tipping and then Bailey was relaying because he was picking it up. Bailey is catcher, so wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that he was picking up something about Pivetta. Maybe he was tipping and then relaying it to the hitter at home. So either way, look, Padres won the game and gave us a little something to talk about, little entertainment, and a very good outing for Nick Pivetta, who continues to be very good in the early part of his Padres career. We will get to your phone calls coming up here in a bit. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973, phone number to call. First, let's hear tonight's catch of the game.
Which defensive play had the biggest impact on today's game?
He is at the wall, leaps up, and he makes the catch.
This is the catch of the game.
Gonna hang a star for Jackson Merrill.
Reeled in by Anthony's Fish Grotto La Mesa, celebrating 80 years of seafood excellence.
He pops it up, very shallow left field. Machado back, Hayward in. Manny calling for it. He'll make the catch on the run as Hayward kind of slid feet first to make sure he stayed out of the way. Great communication and a 1-2-3 top of the first inning for Nick Pivetta.
Of the game all the way back in the first inning. Nice job on a pop-up, moving back on it, and Manny making a play, helping Nick Pivetta through a 1-2-3 first inning. That was our catch of tonight's 7-4 Padres win. Let's quickly pause for station identification on the Padres radio network.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hi, this is Michael King. The Padres play here on San Diego's #1 station, 97.3 The Fan.
And Odyssey Sports Station.
Sam Levitt with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park as the Padres improve to 18-11 on the season with a 7-4 win here tonight. When we come back, we'll take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, hear our play of the game, and we will get some of your phone calls at 833-288-0973. Padres win it. They snap a 4-game skid, 7-4 the final against San Francisco. Our post-game coverage continues after this.
You're listening.
Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park. Final score, Padres 7 and the Giants 4 as the Padres snap a 4-game skid, and they'll look to sweep this short 2-game series tomorrow against the Giants. We'll have more on that game coming up before we head out of here tonight. And Padres do have an off day on Thursday before they begin a road trip on Friday. So it's sort of a weird schedule. We had an off day last Thursday, an off day Monday, off day Thursday. So, hey, I know the fans want to watch baseball, listen to baseball, enjoy Padres baseball. But I will tell you, anybody who works in this, we're not complaining about the off days. We're not. So you'll have to get through Thursday and get to Friday. After tomorrow's game, Padres again off on Thursday. So we'll preview tomorrow's game coming up in just a little bit. But before we get to the out-of-town scoreboard and hear our play of the game, let's go to the phones. Let's squeeze some phone calls in before we go. 833-288-0973. Let's lead things off. We go to line 2. It's Daniel calling in. Daniel, you're on the Padres Radio Network. Go ahead.
Hi. Thank you. Sam, I just wanted to apologize. I called last Saturday in the evening after the game, and I had some words for the fans, and I wanted to apologize. You were right. I was thinking about it, and you know what I mean? They have every right. But I just want to say, go Bogarts. I had no doubt. I know he's a ball player, and good for him. And I just want to remind the fans that you know what? We wouldn't be anywhere near where we're at today if it wasn't for the number one of us, the best of us, the number one fan after me, of course, but Peter Seidler. Thank you. You know, we can't forget what he did and everything. I mean, selflessly. I mean, he never took in the organization to make a profit. He did this because he's just a fan, and I want to thank him. If he's listening, thank you. I mean, it's because of him I was capable of just wearing my Padre hat and my jersey with a little extra pride. And I'm sorry to you and to the fans for what I said last Saturday.
Oh, Daniel, you don't have to apologize. Look, you have I remember the call, and look, I understand that you're somebody who doesn't want the booing, and I get it. Hey, it's a way to think about it, and you have every right to cheer and support the way you want to cheer, Daniel. So you don't got to apologize, but I appreciate it.
I guess I'm just jealous because I go way back in the day where the nosebleeds at Jack Murphy were like $5, and then the park at the park, all the way down to the park at the park at $5. But now that the fan base has grown, ticket prices gone up, I just can't afford to go anymore. I mean, I can every now and then, but I'm working minimum wage my whole life. I mean, but I guess I just got jealous because I'm not at the game and I hear these guys, and but you're right. You were right. They're the fan. They paid to get there and be there, and
yeah.
But don't forget where how it happened, and the man with everything he sacrificed. The guy. I don't want to say that he gave his life, but you know what I mean. I just want to thank him and be thankful for that, and just go Padres. What a game! And for a pitcher, I already forgot his name. My head's going different directions, but Pavetta. Yes, thank you. What a wow! I mean, wow! I mean, wasn't that game, but what a surprise, and good job, go Padres. And Bogarts, if you're listening, way to go! I had no doubt in you, and maybe one day we can get together because I could play ball too. I could teach him a little something on the batting practice cage or whatever.
All right, Daniel, appreciate the phone call, and appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the call. Look, and to remind people, Daniel, called in and, wasn't too happy with the fans, booing Xander. And I understood Daniel's point, during that call and wants the fans to be supportive. Look, just to tie it back to, you were talking about Peter Seidler and the investment in the team and all the wonderful things that Peter did to try to bring a championship to San Diego, and obviously an enormous part of that was, bringing in really high-level talent for a lot of money and signing guys to big-time contracts, whether it was Manny or obviously Xander. And Xander was one of those guys. And look, when you start having that kind of talent and that kind of money given to players, expectations go up. So, fans expect the players to perform. I think rightfully so, and typically expectations come with the dollar number. And I think these guys, understand that. So, look, hopefully for Xander in particular, to bring it back to him, hopefully this is the start of a nice run for Xander, and B, hopefully, maybe getting back in the fans' good graces here, because that's all it takes. I mean, really, that's all it takes. You play well, you will steal the hearts of fans, in any city, really. It's about how you play. So hopefully tonight the start of something great for Xander, because I've said it for a long time. I think Xander is a really good clubhouse guy. I think he cares. I think he works hard. He's won before. I do think, and I really hope that we haven't seen, the best of Xander in a Padre uniform yet, and that's to come. And if that's to come, that is a wonderful thing for the Padres, and hopefully we're going to be able to enjoy that. All right, let's squeeze in a couple more calls here. Let's go to Carlos calling in. Carlos, you're on the Padres Radio Network. Welcome in.
Hey, Sammy. This is Carlos here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just wanted to touch base on your Bogarts comments, and I'm just really happy for Bogarts tonight with that home run. I feel like that helped him, I don't know, build a confidence boost, or I'm hoping build a confidence boost, because he's been really struggling, and with tonight hitting that homer, I think that just gives him the extra punch to keep on going, show us a little bit of the Boston Bogarts that we really need right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Carlos, you're right. You hope it's the start of something nice for Xander. It's one game. He's got to continue to play at that kind of level. But, without Jackson Merrill and without Jake Cronenworth still in the lineup, yeah, they need Xander to be more of a run producer. And tonight he was exactly that. And he hit for more pop. And I've said it for a couple of weeks now. They needed more thump from him and more out of the middle of that lineup. So hopefully tonight a sign of things to come. It's one night, but you hope it's the start of something. Let's go to Renee in Spring Valley. Renee, you're on the Padres Radio Network.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, getting in late in the conversation, you pretty much covered it all. But once again, I remember about 2 weeks ago when I called and I said, hey, man, Xander's the guy. People get off his back. Don't take him halfway across the bridge just yet. This guy, he's like a humble guy, it seems to me. He seems kind of like low-key. But, I mean, this is the kind of person that comes along and creeps along. You said it, everybody's noticing, but, the guy's going to produce. But if I could just freeze frame a moment, and you beat me to the punch with the relief pitcher, because Morejon, if I could freeze frame that inning, there was the pitches he was throwing. And you know what I'm noticing about the kid is that he believes in himself. It's now he's starting to show people what he believes about himself. And to watch him doing that is incredible. It's really wonderful to watch. The kid is really, really throwing well. And then all that stuff that went off with the guy on second base stealing. I mean, how could this guy, the Giants, when he was on second base and all that stuff went on, when Niebla came out and said, hey, man, you got to, come on, man, you're showing, your skirt is showing, And that was an interesting moment in the game, because I also said, I'm like, what the heck is this guy looking, and I'm like, oh, these guys are just, gamesmanship at its finest. Fun to watch baseball, man. I love it.
Yeah, appreciate the call, Renee. And you touched on a lot there. To get on Xander, or you know what? I'm sorry. I wanted to touch on Morejon is what you brought up, which I really wanted to touch on. Morejon was really good in that seventh inning, and he's off to a good start this year. 1.84 ERA in 14 appearances. He struck out 12 in 14 plus innings. And again, he was good tonight for a couple of reasons. he had a 1-run lead to work with in that 7th inning, had to face Yastrzemski, Adames, Lee's waiting on deck. It's a dangerous part of the lineup in a 1-run game, and struck out 2 in a very quick and easy 1-2-3 7th inning. Just to touch on Adrian for a moment here before we get to the out-of-town scoreboard and wrap things up tonight. He to me is becoming one of the real nice stories for the Padres. This is a guy who was signed as a big-time international free agent, given a big signing bonus, high expectations, was thought of as a starter, dealt with a lot of injuries. And Adrian Morejon, he was with me in 2019 at AA. I remember Adrian back then, dealt with a lot of injuries, up and down in the minor leagues, starting pitcher, gets to the major leagues. He's a starter for part of it, but then he's mostly a reliever. He's dealing with a lot of injuries. There's really mixed results, and there's stretches where you see the flashes of it, but then stretches where he struggles, and you're sort of wondering, like, is he gonna really take that step to become a bona fide major league reliever? And last year was such a big breakout year for him, the 2.83 ERA and 60 appearances. And now you watch him, and you've got a lot of confidence when he's in the game. I mean, he's become a high leverage guy, a back end of the bullpen type guy. He's turned into a really nice story of somebody who really had a lot of mixed results and dealt with a lot of injuries that has finally found a role and a home in that bullpen, and he's become obviously a huge part of an excellent bullpen right now. So he's pitching well. It's good to see. It's fun to watch, and hopefully Adrian keeps it rolling. He's done a real nice job the last year plus now. Let's take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, tell you what's going on around the major leagues.
Let's take a trip around the bigs to highlight the scores that matter most with our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Premium Beef Patties. Always a hit for grilling.
Everything has gone final in the major leagues tonight. Guardians beat the Twins 2-1 in Cleveland. Kyle Manzardo, a 9th-inning home run for the Guardians. 2-1. They win it over the Twins here tonight. Yankees beat the Orioles 15-3. Yankees hit 4 home runs in the first inning, including 3 to start the game. Second time they've done that this season within the first month or so. Amazing. First time it's ever been done in MLB history. A team hitting 3 consecutive home runs to start a game twice in the same season, and the Yankees have done it in the first, 30 games or so? It's amazing. Yankees beat the Orioles 15-3. By the way, the O's are 11-18. I mean, that's a team that's supposed to be good, and they're struggling right now. There's some weirdness in Baltimore right now. That's a young team that has not had a lot of playoff success, and all of a sudden they're sitting at 11-18 to begin the year. By the way, that home run for Manzardo, I wanted to confirm here, it was a walk-off home run for Manzardo as the Guardians beat the Twins 2-1. Cubs blanked the Pirates 9-0 in Pittsburgh. Phillies beat the Nationals 7-6. In Philadelphia. Phillies, by the way, won that game on a wild pitch, scored the walk-off run on a wild pitch in the bottom of the 9th inning. Royals beat the Rays 3-1 in Tampa Bay. Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 10-2 in Toronto. Rafi Devers, Wilyer Abreu hit home runs in that game for the Red Sox. Mets beat the Diamondbacks 8-3 in New York. Francisco Lindor, a home run in that game for the Mets. Brewers beat the White Sox 7-2 in Chicago. Rangers beat up on the A's 15-2 in Arlington. Astros beat the Tigers 6-4 in Houston. Braves 8, Rockies 2 in Colorado earlier tonight. By the way, the Braves, here they come. They're 14-15. All of a sudden, they're playing a lot better after what was a pretty rough start. Mariners beat the Angels 5-3 in Seattle. Jorge Polanco, a 3-run home run in that game for the M's. Dodgers beat up on the Marlins tonight in LA 15-2. And we did have one postponement due to rain. Cardinals and the Reds in Cincinnati, they were postponed. They will play a doubleheader tomorrow in Cincinnati. And that is a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Tuesday. Padres win it 7-4 against the Giants. Let's hear tonight's play of the game.
The line between winning and losing can be razor thin. Which play was the difference between victory and defeat? This is today's Play of the Game, presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
2-2, hit in the air, deep down the left field line. Xander towards the little wall. This one, gonna go! A 2-run homer for Xander Bogaerts. His much-needed first of the year. And the Padre lead is re-extended. It's 7-4.
Xander Bogaerts, our play of the game, his first home run of the season. And man, did Xander need that one. A 3 RBI night for Xander Bogaerts, and the home run to make it 7-4. Not only did Xander need it, but the Padres needed it. It was a 1-run game and gave this bullpen, which continues to be so good, some breathing room, gave the Padres a 3-run lead, and that was our play of the game. The Bogaerts 2-run shot in the 7th inning. As always, if you missed any portion of our post-game coverage, you can go back and listen to all of it on the Inside San Diego Baseball podcast, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcast. You can also go back on the 97.3 The Fan YouTube page and watch any portion of our post-game coverage there as well. Taking a look ahead to tomorrow, it's the final game of a quick 2-game series between the Padres and the Giants. We have day baseball tomorrow here in downtown San Diego. First pitch at 1:10 p.m. Our Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show will begin at 12:10. Right-hander Michael King on the mound for the Padres. Right-hander Landon Roop on the mound for San Francisco. Taking a look at the final totals here tonight for the Padres, 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, they left on 6. For the Giants, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, they left on 4. Winning pitcher, Nick Pivetta, who improves to 5-1. Losing pitcher, Logan Webb, who drops to 3-2. And the save goes to Robert Suarez, his 11th of the season. Suarez now 11 for 11 in save opportunities. Time of game, 2 hours, 23 minutes. And the crowd at Petco Park, the second largest crowd in the history of the building, and the 15th sellout of the season, 47,345 at Petco Park on a Tuesday night in April. Amazing. Thank you for coming out. Hope to see you tomorrow. Once again, first pitch tomorrow at 1:10 p.m. Our pregame coverage begins at 12:10. Until then, for our great studio coordinators, Jeff Hamby and Kyle Ovenshire, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long and good night from Petco Park. Again, the final score tonight, the San Diego Padres 7 and the San Francisco Giants 4. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network.